Horizon, a magazine of the arts. Summer 1968. Immediately, a pocket of survival on top here. A chimney is surviving on top of this melted structure. Immediately, we have a pocket of survival on top of said melt. The search for King Arthur. This is interesting. The crumbling walls of the castle. And here they are. The crumbling walls of the castle. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And here's what we look like in these time periods. Here's the technology. Here's the attire. And the beards and all. And the cherubims, baby. And the cherubims, baby. You better believe it. You better believe it. And this is a castle. The castle walls crumbling down. Melting down. Heat coming from the bottom up, baby. Destroying and melting these structures down. Again, right here, more pockets of survival on said melt. You see all the right angles and straight lines here, likely walls coming down the structure, and just a melted mess now. And you can see it with structure, and it's completely destroyed. And so is this part of the building here as well, likely another building right nearby. And it's melted, baby. It's melted. Yes, it is. Glastonbury Abbey. Where's the rest of the building? Glastonbury Abbey. Where's the rest of the building? It's made of brick. Where's the rest of the building? The buildings. Where are the rest of them? What happened here? That's pretty serious damage up here. And this, yes, they were red bricks. Red motherfucking bricks. Yes, they were. Yes, they were. Okay, yes, they were. 1191 monks. And this is what we are depicting King Arthur and his surroundings to have looked like in 1191. Give me a break. Give me a break. This is Guinevere down here crying, and this is the wizard, King Arthur. His best friend was a wizard too. They were all wizards and witches in these time periods. Some were light, some were dark. Either way, we are just now putting these pieces of the puzzle back together. So this page here, yes, this page here, an archaeological dig. Yes, it is an archaeological dig. Oh my God, wait till you see this. And we have the dig. We have, now let's take a look here. These are bricks. They call them stones. Okay, so yeah, this is the Stony Bank right here, apparently right here. This is the wall from the 11th century, okay? And this is a mortar line, baby. And this is a mortar line, baby, right? You better believe that's a mortar fucking line, baby. A mortar motherfucking line. They even tell us. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, yes, it is. Left by the builders of the Saxon Wall. Yes, it is. Accumulation of soil on the rear of the Stony Bank. I don't know why we need to address that. I think we understand that that's accumulation of material. But anywho, and we got Mediterranean 6th century pottery down here. No, it is not. Okay, the heat came from the bottom up. Those are the same bricks that you have over here in place still, in rows. Give me a break, coming together in the blocks. Give me a fucking break. These are not pottery chips from the 6th century. They're the same motherfucking bricks you have on this side of the building as you have on this side of the building. But as these are lower than said bricks over here, you have more damage because the heat came from where, baby? The bottom up. You better believe the heat came from the bottom up. Up. And it came up from the bottom up. Excuse me. I just find that funny and ridiculous at the same time. You're going to love this. I'm telling you, you're going to love this. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that beautiful? Now, guess where this may be. Guess where this may be. Just take a guess. We got a hooded figure right here. The horse is absolutely decked out with jewels. Like a Saudi Arabian prince. For fuck's sake. Where might this be? Got any ideas? I'll tell you where. In your imagination. Yes, it is not real. And they want you to know that. It's a conception. It's a conception of a castle, but it is a castle. It is a castle of the imagination only. And that's important. They want you to know that with a big line after it. So it is a castle of the imagination only with a big line after it. And it's a conception, a romantic conception because it's beautiful. And it's damaged from the bottom up, heat coming from the bottom up. This is likely just a rendition of something that someone saw in real life somewhere near that area, England. It's likely just a real rendition of a real structure before or after. This would be after said melt because look at the melt, look at the damage. The structure is no longer, it's damaged. Look at this melt. What's all this marshmallowing right here coming off the building right here? See that big flow? And yeah, back here as well, another huge castle. And they call them castles. Yes, they do. They call them castles, and this one is a figment of your imagination only, with a line after it. This is great evidence. Look at the ridge here. We have some pockets of survival right here. Pockets of survival right here, and check this out for a pocket of survival, baby. With the walls and the structures coming down said terrace side here, with the walls and the structures peeking out of said terrace side here still, right here. And excuse me, let's get a better color here. Right here. And we move back a bit here and see here, these walls still remaining in said terrace side in the structure. The walls still remain, all mangled out, but there they are. It's a structure. These are terraces, and it's built out, and it's melted. Heat came from the bottom motherfucking up, baby. This is a giant. We were cutting the trees down, not giant trees, not giant trees. He's got the hat, not giant trees. But we were cutting trees down because, well, these folks ain't friendly, first of all. He's a giant. These folks weren't friendly, by the way. And we had to rebuild. Something happened. Look at the melt in the background. Something happened. We had to rebuild, baby. I grabbed this dog here because I like the bell around his neck. Isn't that cute? He's got a bell. And this is a rare breed, too. The voracious dog, devourer of tender tree shoots. Prevents reforestation wherever men do not stop it from overgrazing. So that's one serious canine right here, baby. Devourer of tender tree shoots, baby. Tender tree shoots. Excuse me, I can't talk properly. And this is just absolutely asinine. Asinine to ever think that this is okay. I don't care if it's your garden. You have folks who have moved on unto your garden, and you are now destroying them as if they are nothing. And here they are fleeing for the hills here. As you can see, the Mr. Wallaby here has to flee for the hills now. 1959. Actually, that's an I-959. An I-959. So when was this? When was this photograph taken? I don't know. But here's the lunar desolation of Italy's mountains, and look at the melt. Desolation of Italy's mountains. Yes, it is. They say it's from rainwater. No, it is not. No, it is not. This is melt. This is melt flow, baby. Look at the columns. Look at the structure. And it's completely been dustified, sandified, melted down into a sand brick ash pile here, baby. And it's ruining all the crops in Rome. Yes, it is. 1936, Oklahoma, and we have the old road remain, and they call it a wasteland. They call it a dusty wasteland. Brick ash dust wasteland. And the old world remains. Still, for fuck's sake. Like they said, the mammoths still had grass in their mouth, okay? Like the Ice Age geologists tell us, the mammoths still had grass in their mouths. Now, was that true? I think, I think yes, but I don't think it's because said I don't think it's because of any said Ice Age happening and such. I think it's because of a major event that may have caused dramatic shifts in climate, temperature, and caused extreme instability in weather conditions. And that would be why we see people mid stride frozen in the melt. That would be why we see mammoths with hair and grass still in their mouths chewing. They're still chewing, for fuck's sake, when they pull them out of the ice. That would not be because of any Ice Age erratics, any Ice Age nonsense. That would be, in my opinion, because of an event, a severe event, a quick one, a fast one, a very fast event. It happened quick, sudden, and it was over quickly too. And yeah, and the devastation was incomprehensible. It still is today. Incomprehensible. This is Florence after a flood. That's not so this here got melt in the background, melt in the background, floors, level floors here on this building as well as this building here. And all the buildings here in the background. And just melt. We're shooting marbles back here as well. And already, pushing the narratives, baby. What's this hiding back here? And that doesn't look like the moon to me. That looks like something else. It looks more like a light fixture to me. I'm not sure. And their gang signs and all that nonsense that they brought with them. This is Los Angeles. I don't see one fucking tree. This is Los Angeles. I don't see one motherfucking tree. This is Los Angeles. And I don't see one motherfucking tree anywhere, but I see melt and damage. Heat coming from the bottom up, scoring out these enormous buildings that surrounded the city of Los Angeles. I see lots of damage, lots of melt. I don't see any trees whatsoever. But a big building over here, but no trees whatsoever. Well, there might be some trees in here, I don't know. But in here, baby, what is this? What is all this going on? There ain't no trees here, baby. That is Los Angeles. Spooky. And the spooky creatures, These are all 1950s artworks here. But I love the old world style here. Look at the tile work, what we were standing on the floor. Holy sacred ground, and the old world faucets here in the sink. I love the old world feel here. But the strange creatures. Whose mind? These folks had some creepy stuff on their minds. I'm telling you, up until this time period. Up until this time period. The 1950s, 60s, creepy. I mean, today it was a different kind of creepy. Okay, it was different kind of creepy back then. Okay, different kind of creepy. Up until the 50s, it was like Mickey Mouse creepy. Okay, that kind of creepy. Okay, Chuck E. Cheese kind of creepy, if you know what I mean. But today the creepy is more like a dangerous kind of creepy. The creepiness going on today, it's still going on today, but it's more like a dangerous kind of creepy. It's just out of hand. Asinine, rather. Asinine. And look what we were surrounded by. Look at the tech. Look at the technology he's holding here. And they always have very, very trance-like appearances. Like they're in trance. And he has some sort of a scepter or something here. Technology. And this man is a giant. This man is a motherfucking giants looking, and they're all cone heads, and they're all cone heads, mind you. They're all cone heads, mind you. Every single one is a cone, every single one of them is a cone head, every one of them. And this man is a giant in a cone head, and a giant. Look at the size of his head compared to this guy here. That man is a giant. They're all cone heads. And these guys are kind of bigger than this guy down here too as well. They're all giants here, eh? They're all giants here, eh? Yes, they are. Look at the beauty in the lattice windows. These lattice original windows here, in all this beauty, and these magnetron shapes here. Energy, healing, I don't know. I would think so. I would think so. Another giant, and we are revering him. This man is a giant. This man is a giant. How many legs does he have here? I don't know, but he's a giant. And he's enormous, and they're all revering him. They're on their knees. They're wearing garments. And that's what we were doing in these time periods with these lattice windows and these fancy buildings. And these fancy Antiquitech buildings. That's what we were doing. And we were giants too. There were giants around in those days. And also afterward, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men and took for each of them wives, each of which they chose. And then they bare children to them, the same of which became mighty men, men of renown, heroes of old, and so on and so forth, you know? But I find just all this just to be so fascinating. All this, it's all burnt, it's all blown out from the bottom up, baby. Look at the door frame, it's blown out. This was a classroom, a geometry classroom in the 14th century. A geometry, and look at how we looked like, look at how we were dressed, look at how we looked in these time periods, and this is what we were doing. Sacred geometry, baby, mathematics. We were getting to know things correctly, the right way. Okay, this is all sacred geometry here. This almost seems to be like a 9-sided pyramid, like the one we see in Egypt almost, with the 9 sides, with the 8 on top and the base plate. Interesting. And lots going on here in these early time periods, lots of technology and beautiful buildings. And what is all this going on here? You tell me what all this is going on here around this chair. And we're more advanced than these folks here. What is this even? It looks expensive and difficult. It looks expensive and difficult. What even is it? Why they go through all that around this chair here? For no reason? We don't even know the reason, do we? Because they're more advanced than us. They had more going on than we do, baby. We don't even know what this shit is, but it was something because they went through a lot of trouble to make it. And a lot of money. It would have been a lot of money today. We don't know about how the money worked back then. Okay, because I don't think it was anything like it is today. No, I do not. I almost don't even think money existed in the way that it does today, with coins and such and all that junk. I think the Phoenicians brought that stuff off their boats. The Phoenicians were the ones, the pirates are the ones that have all the gold and the chests full of coins, right? And that's about the time period we see those coins showing up. So I don't know. But this stuff right here, this would be expensive today. And what even is it? What is this open? This open topped desk? What is this even going on here? I don't know. But I do know that it's more advanced than anything I can comprehend at the moment until I learned of it. These are castles. These are castles. Look at the architecture. And these people are more, and we're more advanced than these folks here who dress like this with these garments. And we're more advanced than these folks here who wear these garments like this. Give me a break. Look at how they dress. This is a professor from the 17th century. I'm talking the 1600s, baby. The professor. I couldn't tell you what any of the 20 articles of clothing he is wearing are called. I couldn't even tell you what, except for the shoes. The shoes. All the rest, I don't know the names of any of it. And he's wearing about 20 articles of clothing here, and we're more advanced than these folks here. who took the time out to put on 20 articles of garments before they stepped out of the door to go teach at the university day after day, day after day. Give me a break. And we're more advanced than these giants here. And we're more advanced than these giants here who dressed like this. Excuse me, who dressed like this and who had belongings. Here's their belongings and who had this stuff surrounding them. And we're more advanced than these folks here with our t-shirts. And they dress like this, like fucking gods. And we are, with our t-shirts, more advanced than these folks, eh? You buy that? Nah, I don't know about all that. I think that's bullshit. These folks look advanced to me. They're all wearing garments. They're all, look at their faces. They know what's going on here. They're smart. This is the face of intelligence here. These are geniuses here. This is the face of genius. If you want to know what it really looks like, this is genius. This is advancement, which is no longer. It's got a scroll here, for fuck's sake. And the steps are not yet melted in these early time periods. In Bologna, and we know what happened to Bologna. We know what happened to Bologna, don't we? We know what happened to Bologna. It got smoked. Smoked. And Bologna was big. Bologna was a big skyscraping city, baby. And look at the porcelain work here. Working it like nothing. Like nobody's business. Like nobody's. Look at the hairstyle. I love the hairstyles. I love this. That's just, just give me a break. That should be a telltale sign right there. I mean, that should be immediately. You see, you walk up to someone and their hair is that decked out, and we're to expect that these folks are we're more advanced than these folks here. Are you kidding me? If you would walk up onto these people in real life, in person, you would think otherwise. You would think, who are these aliens? If you were to see these people in real life dressed up the way they are, not like you see at the fair, at the Renaissance Carnival, not like that. I'm talking about these folks, like these folks right here, who had the time to do their hair like such, who had the time to put on 10 articles of clothing. You would think otherwise. They would be alien to you. And these are who we are told in other stories are the Anunnaki, are the gods, the Roman god, all these people. That's who they were. These people. There's your Anunnakis. There's your Anunnakis. Right here. Yes, they are. But they're not who they tell us they are. They give us a bunch of bullshit. Space stories and such. Give me a break. Cut that out. Right? Cut that out. Look at what they had around. This is their surroundings. Here's the Anunnaki surroundings. Here's what they had surrounding them, these Anunnakis. Look what they had in China here. The Chinese Anunnakis. Look at what they had. All this gold and the porcelain, gilded bronze and such. 16th century. I thought it was the 18th century. 16th century. Look at this. These are people or creatures here on the handles. And just the most stark of detail. I thought that was 18th century, 16th century. And we don't even know when these dates, we don't even know when they really are. We don't know. We don't know. They lie to us about everything. They lie. They lie. They say these are Romans, these are Phoenicians. That's a Turkish Phoenician right there, if I ever saw one. That's a Turkish Phoenician if I ever saw one right there. The scales, and their fish scales, and their weapons, and they're mean. And they come with the war, and they're fancy folks. They were fancy, advanced folks. Look how advanced these folks are. And these are cavemen Romans, they tell us. The cavemen Romans who fell. These are advanced, not so nice Anunnaki Phoenicians right here, baby. These are Anunnaki Phoenician Anunnakis right here, baby. Phoenician Anunnakis, that's who these folks are. These are Phoenician Anunnakis with their cone hats, and their cone heads. These are Phoenician Anunnakis, baby. Give me a motherfucking break. With their decked out animals. More jewels than the Prince of Saudi Arabia right here on that elephant. And that's who these folks were. And we know nothing about them and their technology. And their fancy boats. Here's their belongings. Again, these Phoenician Anunnakis, and here's their belongings. These Phoenician Anunnakis. Porcelain water cans, all decked out with flowers, and the fruit and the flowers fly everywhere. And here's what they look like. with their cherubim children, with their Anunnaki cherubim children. That's who they were. That's who these folks were. Ice Age floods. Give me a break. Ice Age, nothing. And the porcelain, just working the porcelain like it's nothing. Look at this, working the porcelain like it's nothing. I find this cool. Look at this. We got a date. Let me zoom in here. J73, let's just say 8. I don't know what that number is there, but it's like an 8 or something. So we got like a J738. What does that mean? Is it 1738 or is it J738? I don't know. But these folks were decked the fuck out whenever it was. They were decked out. These are advanced folks here. Look at how they're dressed with the gold on the buttons, and all these fancy outfits and their belongings, their technology. That's their weapon. So these are likely Phoenician. But who are these folks, and when is this time period? When is that? When is this referring to here? This J. When is this referring to here with this J? 7, 3, 8. Question mark. I don't know. You know, we don't know. It's all a big mess. But the birdhouse, for fuck's sake. Well, I can tell you one thing. The birds got it going on here because that's pretty. Looking a lot prettier than what I live in, eh? I mean, that's what they had going on with their doilies, with their doily outfits and their flaming. Look at these beautiful cherubim flaming red hair cherubim children here with their. She has red eyes. Normally they have blue eyes, but she has red eyes. But they're flaming red hair and they're beautiful children, these cherubim children. And she has a magpie. She has a magpie. And the cat's looking very surprised for different reasons. All for different reasons, but they're all very surprised. And these giants, these are not, look at the beautiful women and these giants. These are not the same people we are. Look at how they're dressed. Look at how they're dressed. These beautiful dresses. Just give me a break. With these gorgeous, and their gorgeous hairdos. And these, look at their hair. Look at their hair. You should know immediately that this is not what we're told normal is. Look at the men's hair. How decked out it is. I don't care. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm liking that. I'm liking it. I don't care if people think it's silly. I'm digging it. That's advanced to me. You may not have been a nice feller, but I'm digging the hairstyle, eh? And the clothes, the outfits. I'm digging it. I'm digging that outfit. I don't care. Well, I do care, but look at the outfits. I mean, we should just know immediately. These are not cavemen. And we're more advanced than the folks who wear gold on their trousers, and we are more advanced than these folks here, who wore gold on their trousers and 10 articles of clothing and the most beautiful of dresses you've ever saw in your life. Look at how gorgeous. Just unreal. Everybody in these time periods. And then this happens here. I don't think it's a Halloween party. I don't think they're masks. They don't appear to be masked. They appear to be legit. Legit. That almost looks like a photograph. Gee whiz. And yeah, I'm thinking that these are legit. I don't think they're masks. I think that these are people that they're depicting here. Look at this here. There's a dog man. There's a dog man back here. So, very, very spooky. Very spooky. He's looking right at you. Can you see his eyes behind his glasses? He's looking right at you. That's spooky. And yeah, these folks came. And this guy here, he's smiling, yes. But is that smile inviting? Is that an inviting smile? Hey? Hey? You know? Not so much. Not so much. But this fella here, don't hand him the baby. Don't hand him the baby. Don't hand him the baby. For fuck's sake. What is that? What happened here? Oh my god. This is spooky. This is what happened to his face. This ain't right, baby. This ain't right, baby. I think he touched the creature. Now he's been obliterated or something happened. He melted. Or she melted. I think that was a woman. Oh wait, no. She's right there. Her head's under a. Gee whiz! I was looking. I was seeing things here. That's because it's deceiving. That's because it's deceiving. I thought I was seeing a blurry head right here. Her head's right here. Oh, that's silly. Okay. There's bats flying in the sky, but don't hit him, the baby. Oh my god. You know, whoever painted this, shame on you. I mean, it's not even okay to think about that type of stuff. Shame on you. This is a melted building. We had the abilities to fly in these early time periods. They were more advanced, and that's with their garments, with their flowing robe garments, and they had way more. They had way better abilities than we have today. Far more. Far more achieved. And look at this building. And like I said, the artwork up until like the 50s. I think this is like up in. I think this was a. I don't remember when this was. But up until the 50s, the 60s, the artwork was just spooky, in a creepy kind of way. Today it's different, but it's still creepy. But it's interesting to dive through this old artwork because it is telling a lot, blatantly telling a lot. We just haven't been taught how to read and decipher this stuff in any type of a public school. I'm not sure about what private school kids learn. I'm sure that's why private schools are private, for those in the know, to learn different things. But anywho, uh, not all private schools, but some of them, yes. Oh yes, some of them, yes. The club begins in school. The clubs begin in school, and they're all buried together at the cemeteries too. Same clubs, same groups, and yeah, they can't leave each other because they're weak. They're weak. I love you all. I love everyone from the bottom of my heart, and I thank everyone who watches these videos. I reached 100 subscribers. Came as a wonderful surprise. I just started to get some messages from folks saying congrats on 100. So I was at 51 day and boom, you're at 100. So that really motivates me to continue to share my interests, because that's all I'm doing, is sharing what's sparking my interest today. Take care, everyone.